all things are looking promising for Romeo Lavia. Hopefully it's going to be a really big week in that regard. What is up, guys? It's James from Cop Logic. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone for all the support over the weekend. You guys have absolutely smashed it. It's been amazing. But we keep moving because we've got another big video for you guys today. Once again, Fabrizio Romano has been talking over the weekend. On Sunday, he appeared on the Born and Red podcast. And if you didn't manage to catch it, we're going to go over all the important bits in today's video, including some important information on Romeo Lavia. Don't forget, if you do appreciate these videos, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with everything going on. Right, let's dive into the news, starting out with that big one on Romeo Lavia. So Fabrizio Romano said yesterday that Liverpool will be in contact with Southampton again at the beginning of the week for Romeo Lavia. It should be an important week. Now, he's saying at the beginning of the week, it's Monday today, so we're expecting either Tuesday or Wednesday at least, because we've not seen anything today. Of course, Liverpool are playing today in that friendly, so perhaps preoccupied with that, but we're expecting a move for Romeo Lavia early this week. You would expect that to be that third and final ultimate bid that we've heard about. Hopefully they reach Southampton's asking price. We know what it is. They want the 50 million. I'm expecting maybe 45 plus 5 add-ons. Anything less than that, I'm not sure they'll go with, but we do know Romeo Lavia is pushing from his side at this point. He wants the move, so that's promising. Obviously, they also left him out. So again, it looks like he is going to move. Hopefully it's to us. Obviously, even if we were to make the signing this week, he's not going to be ready for Chelsea. So I do feel like FSG have dropped the ball slightly on that. We can say with confidence at this point we're going to go into that Chelsea game without a specialist DM, which is not ideal. I think that's a really huge gain to open the season with. You know, Liverpool, Chelsea, both teams looking to make a statement again in the Premier League. You know, whichever side loses that game, it could be a huge mental setback. So I'm really disappointed actually that FSG didn't sort this out in the market sooner. They promised us a rebuild. They've not really delivered on that thus far, but it is at least promising news that Liverpool are planning to make a move early this week. He did also go on to reassure fans by saying, don't worry, things are happening at Liverpool. And that's not just about Romeo Lavia, but also a couple of other targets that we're going to move on to now and talk about as well. So you probably already know that Fluminense's Andre is the secondary target for the DM position. Now, I believe Liverpool are probably looking at bringing in both. We know we're going to need two long term. Even if we were to get Romeo Lavia in, it's probably asking a little bit too much to expect him to play the role of both Fabinho and Jordan Henderson, play every single game. Unlikely that's going to be the case. Fluminense's Andre seems like the most promising second target in that position. However, Fabrizio Romano did say that Fluminense have no intentions to sell Andre this summer. Now, I think there is still a chance that we pick him up in January. The Brazilian league's season ends in December. They want to keep him till the end of their season, but that means when the window opens for January, we'll be able to come in and potentially make a move on this target. So we could see by January Liverpool with two new DMs, Romeo Lavia this summer and then Fluminense's Andre in January. There were also reports over the weekend that Liverpool were looking at Dewsbury Hall, but Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that there's nothing between Liverpool and Dewsbury Hall at this moment. That to me is good news, because not only does it mean they're doubling down on Lavia and Andre, but I also felt like it was a bit of a cop-out. When I heard that news, I was worried they were going to make a move on him as a cheaper option to Romeo Lavia, which we don't want. At this point, I'm all in on Romeo Lavia. If he's the player Klopp wants, then I'm all down to get him. So this to me is promising news that Liverpool are focusing on those two primary targets of Andre and Lavia. We know Andre can't come in this summer, so that really only leaves one possible target, and that's Romeo Lavia. And as he said, we're going to make a move on him early this week. So all things are looking promising for Romeo Lavia. Hopefully it's going to be a really big week in that regard. Another midfield target Liverpool have been heavily linked with is Ryan Gravenberch. Fabrizio Romano says he's open for a move and will speak to Bayern again for clarity on his future. However, Bayern still do not want to sell. I don't really think this one gets over the line. It sounds like Liverpool are really interested in the player. The player is also interested in a move, but Bayern reluctant to sell, and honestly they probably won't sell, not at this stage at least. But it could be a target we see next summer unless he's getting no game time this season, in which point he might push for a move in January. So I put a pin in that one, but I'm not expecting anything to happen with this move in this summer transfer window. I would suggest primary target is Romeo Lavia, and second to that Fluminense's Andre, a move we could see in January. And we also know that Jurgen Klopp and the team at Liverpool are looking for a centre-back. So he did go on to speak about centre-back targets, and he said that there's nothing concrete between Liverpool and Inacio at this moment. They've scouted him, but nothing more. Now, we know Liverpool are probably scouting multiple targets, so we can't really take too much from this. We were also scouting Mickey van der Ven, and he's obviously now cemented that deal to Tottenham, so it doesn't mean that much at this stage, but we do know at least that Liverpool are looking for that centre-back target. He said Liverpool want to sign an important centre-back for the present and the future. I would suggest Probably Levi Colwill was the primary target. Obviously, he signed that extension at Chelsea, so that's out the window now. It might be back to the drawing board in that case for Liverpool. They're going to take their time with this one by the sounds of it, because what they're looking for is a player that's going to be long-term, not a stopgap filler, but a long-term centre-back, which is promising because we know we're struggling in that area. The problem is time is against us at this point. I'm not sure I can see a centre-back coming in this summer window. I think we're going to get Lavia, and that's it. Is that good enough? No. Have FSG let Jurgen Klopp down? I think I would have to say yes. Even if we do get Lavia, I think they've let him down. But there is time to turn it around with the January window, so let's see what happens in terms of a secondary DM and also a centre-back. Finally, to finish up, he spoke about Thiago and the interest there from Saudi Arabia, saying that Saudi clubs are calling all the time for Thiago, but he has no intention of leaving Liverpool. His interest is fully embedded in Liverpool. And just to clear it up, we've heard the same thing about Mo Salah this morning as well, with his agent tweeting out that Mo plans on staying. The Saudi interest for both players is real, but they won't be going anywhere this summer. So that's pretty much it. Obviously, with the big news being that Liverpool are going to make a move early this week for Romeo Lavia, so let's wait and see on that one. Fingers crossed Southampton accept the third and final bid. Make sure you stay locked down to the channel. We will, of course, update you guys as soon as anything happens in regards to Romeo Lavia. Make sure you subscribe if you want those notifications on, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.